We're here live, golf stories with Argo. Argo, can you give me a quick golf story before you leave?
How you doing? Yeah, quick one. Let's see. 2010 USGA Senior Open qualifier at the Wellesley Country Club in Massachusetts. I figured I needed a good caddy, so I called the services of a good friend of mine, a little bit older than I, a fellow by the name of George Callahan. He is from, I believe George lives in Walpole. Anyway, George is the Medfield High State Golf Club champions, high school. So I knew that I had a good man on the back. When we got there, we realized that one of us could ride, the other had to walk. So at that point I said, George, you jump in the cart, take the clubs, and I'll walk this little rat hole golf course. Well, I figured I'd give George a chance to see what the big dog does all the time and see if he'd enjoy himself. Off we went, first hole. We got on the green. Big dog wasn't hitting it too bad, but all of a sudden those greens were pretty tough. Three-putted the first green. Wasn't good. Second hole, kind of same thing. Third hole, same thing. Fourth hole, fifth hole, three-putting. Threw a four-putt in there too. The greens were too quick for the kid. George now is in the cart. He's getting a little bit crazy. So I look over at him at one of the holes. George had his head down. He was hiding his face just before I four-putted. At that point, I knew that I was in way over my head in this tournament. I was heading for about a 90. We got through the 9 holes. We sat down for a little bite to eat. I bought George a couple of dogs. I had a couple of dogs myself, and the playing partner started yelling at us, saying, "Hey, let's go. We got to keep playing." And I said, "Hey," sweating profusely, I might add, "let's take a break. You know, just short of 45. Don't look too good. Ain't going to qualify anyway. Let's just move on. Have a hot dog and relax." But that wasn't to be. We had to go off again, and down the fairway we went. Well, I believe I made my only birdie of the day on that particular hole. I fired a beautiful shot in there. The next hole, again, 3-putt. Next one on 4-putt. So they have a rule in the USGA that you got to play single ball. And I only had one ball, and I got on the tee. I told George, go about 250 down the fairway, Georgie, and I'll give it a whack, and you four-caddy. George drove down the fairway in his cart. I got on the tee and fired it about 150 yards right of target into the deep woods. At that point, I see my man George coming back, waving, hold up. But I told the guy I was playing with, the pro, I said, look, give me a ball. I ain't going to qualify anyway. Well, that eliminated me really from the tournament once I used his golf ball because of the one ball rule. George was yelling, screaming, "Stop, stop!" I said, "Forget it, George, it's over." So we got through 18 holes. George looked at me and I looked at him, and it was just a rough day. Shot a 90. Turned in my card like a man. Got laughed at and everything else, but me and George, we walked, we said our goodbyes. About a week later, I got a ruling from the USGA. I was barred from any more USGA tournaments because I shot a 90, 20 over the course handicap. George, of course, being my caddy, he's barred also. So we put the letter right up on the old wall at Ponca Park to let everybody know that the big dog was just in over his head. I'll tell you one thing, putting those greens at Wellesley Country Club, it's tough. But now, to this day, anytime I have a match with my good friend Mr. George Callahan and he wants me to screw up, he pulls out this little marker that says Wellesley Country Club on it, and that makes me all crazy, and I go back to 3-putt. So George, I know you're out there watching this. I just want to say 2 things. 3 things, actually. I guess thanks for caddying for me that day. Don't be pulling those Wellesley things out of your pocket. And George, you can have Wellesley Country Club. See you later, my friend.